Are you draining your confidence right now without even knowing it? In fact, a better question is, how are you draining your confidence right now? Because it's not an if or not. I'm going to bet good money, I'll bet you a Bitcoin, that you are right now draining your confidence in some way. And that's nothing against you personally. I think we all do that on some level. And the key here is to become more aware, because in many ways you can think of your confidence like a cup. I'm looking around my office for a cup. I don't have one. I should plan a prop for this video. Anyway, if you imagine a cup, and that cup is your confidence cup. The more full it is of water, the more confidence you have. Now there's two ways to fill that confidence cup. What are they? The first way is to pour confidence into the cup, pour liquid into the cup, right? How do you do that? Well, you take bold action. Confidence is a byproduct of bold action. You improve your self-talk. You go through my program, my book, Almost, On My Own Side. You learn how to talk to yourself, treat yourself, give yourself positive, nourishing messages like someone you love and care about. That pours water into the cup. There's a dozen other things we could talk about, but we're not talking about that in this video. That's how you fill the cup. The other way, though, to keep your confidence cup high is to stop shooting holes in it. Imagine a cup that's got a bunch of holes in it. Have you ever tried to fill the spaghetti strainer full of water? Not much is staying in there. So the more holes you have, the more drains that you have, the harder it is to sustain confidence, no matter what action you take, no matter what great outcomes you have, no matter how positively you talk to yourself. So we got to stop those drains. And my question for you is, what's your biggest one? Your biggest confidence drain? Whenever I ask clients this question, they know. I just did this last night on a mastermind call. I said, what are your top 2 right now? Because you got to bring awareness to them. That's how you plug up the hole. First things first, you name it. You look at it and say, hey, there's a hole right there, right? You have to, we just moved to a new house recently. You might notice a new office right now, but downstairs there's a sink, and underneath the sink is a pool of water that we discovered. So it's leaking. New house joys. Anyway, so I got to figure out what's going on there. And the first thing you got to do is say, hey, there's water leaking out right here. If you don't even know that that's happening, that's a problem. Literally for the sink in our house. It's also a problem for you and your confidence if you're not even aware, because then you just feel bad. You feel low confidence. You don't know why. And you just think, I guess this is how it is. This is who I am, which is the worst conclusion you could draw. The truth is you're just hemorrhaging confidence somewhere. You have a drain that you might not be aware of. But as you bring awareness to it, you can say, hey, there's a leak here. What's the next step? Well, let's plug it. Let's fill it. Let's seal it. Let's do whatever we need to do. So let me give you a few examples of confidence drains. One is just endlessly haranguing yourself, criticizing yourself, judging yourself. Another one, which I'm quite familiar with, is called catastrophizing in cognitive therapy. That means you think of a future scenario that's really scary, really painful, really awful, probably the worst case scenario. You spook yourself and you feel awful. Another thing you can do is called projected dislike. You imagine someone in your world, a friend, a colleague, a boss, a supervisor, a lover, a partner, a spouse, a parent, whatever. You imagine that person right now is thinking of you with contempt and dislike, maybe even hatred or revulsion, or they're so disappointed in you. And then you feel this retching guilt. And you go through all these intense emotions, and guess what? You're making it up. Even if they are upset with you, the intensity with which you're taking that on versus just saying, hey, you know what? They're upset. Let's talk it through. I'm sure we can come to a solution, right? Maybe they just need to be heard, right? Instead, we're like, oh, so bad. I'm going to stab myself. And now you're going through this. Well, that's a confidence drain right there. And how's your confidence going to be that day at work, with a friend, just out in life, when you're thinking, I'm a terrible person because that person, so-and-so is upset with me? You're going to feel really anxious. You're going to feel really guilty. That's another example of confidence drain. So my question for you is, what are your top 2? At least start with 1. What do you do on a regular basis that you know drains your confidence? And you might have a very good idea. You might say, well, I do this and I do that, but I just don't know how to stop it. Well, keep watching videos on this channel, because you are the captain of your ship. You might not feel like that right now. You might feel like, these things just happen and I just kind of get buffeted around. No, you are the captain of your ship. You are the master of your destiny. You are in charge in here. It's just another muscle, something you got to build, something you got to claim. So share down below, what are your 2 biggest drains? Becoming more aware of them is going to help you shift it. If you want to take things even further, identify the confidence drains and plug those suckers up and add just more confidence flowing, healing waters than ever before. Check out the Confidence University, theconfidenceuniversity.com. Tons of training, videos, courses, programs that you get lifetime access to study, revisit, learn, take action bit by bit, get support in a community, and really grow into the biggest, most free, most authentic, confident version of you. So share down below in the comments what you're finding most valuable from this video and what your confidence drains are so we can all learn from each other. And until we speak again, we have the courage to be who you are and to know on a deep level that you're awesome.